Let's cut across to some other stories coming in this morning. Hugely controversial statement that's been made by DMK's A Raja, where he's in fact warned that if nothing is done to ensure autonomy of the state by the Modi government, he will and the DMK will be forced to demand for a separate state. This is an absolute shocker from A Raja. He's saying that Periyar wanted a separate state. Don't make us take his path. I plead with Modi and Amit Shah, give us state autonomy. In fact, he's gone ahead and said, don't make us demand for a separate state. He's saying that this is a demand Periyar had put forth. Don't make us also make a similar pitch. And the DMK MP then goes on to push for autonomy for the state of Tamil Nadu. Listen into exactly what A Raja said.
ஏதோ முதலமைச்சர் இருக்கிறார், நாங்கள் ஆளுங்கட்சியில் இருக்கிறோம் என்கின்ற திமிரோடு பேசவில்லை. தனி தமிழ்நாடு கோரிக்கையை கைவிட்டு திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் மாநில சுயாட்சிக்கு வந்துவிட்டது. ஆனால் எங்களுடைய தத்துவத்தின் பிதாமகனாக தந்தை பெரியார் சாகர வரை தனி தமிழ்நாடு கேட்டார். அவர் இறப்பதற்கு முன்னால் 3 மாதத்திற்கு முன்னால் செப்டம்பர் மாதம் 17ஆம் தேதி அவருடைய பிறந்த நாளுக்கு விடுதலையிலே ஒரு அறிக்கை எழுதினார். அதிலே சொன்னார், இந்தியாவில் இருக்கிற வரை இந்து மதம் என்னை சூத்திரனாக வைத்திருக்கும். சுதந்திர தமிழ்நாடு தான் நம்முடைய கடைசி நேர்வு என்று பெரியார் சொன்னார். பெரியாரை முழுமையாக ஏற்றுக்கொண்ட நாங்கள் அதிலே இருந்து விலகி ஜனநாயகத்திற்காக இந்திய நாட்டுடைய ஒருமைப்பாட்டுக்காக சற்று விலகி தந்தையையும் ஒதுக்கி வைத்துவிட்டு இந்தியா வாழ்க என்று சொன்னோம், சொல்லிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். நான் அமித்ஷாவுக்கு சொல்லுகிறேன், பிரதமருக்கு சொல்லுகிறேன், மெத்த பணிவன்போடு சொல்லுகிறேன், உங்களை பணிந்து கெஞ்சி கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன்.
Give us state autonomy or we'll push for a separate state. This is the message from A Raja. Let me bring in Mr. Narayan Tirupati of the BJP on this broadcast. Sir, good morning. What do you make of this comment by A Raja? He's saying that the central government must ensure that there's state autonomy. Otherwise, we'll be forced to push for a separate state. That's something that Periyar also wanted.
No, the speech from Raja is not a big surprise, but the more shocking news is that he spoke that in front of the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. MK Stalin. That is the thing. See, DMK is known for its divisive nature. DMK is known because Ivera had said that he had demanded the British not to go away from Tamil Nadu even if they leave India entirely. So that is what the DMK is. They are also trying to create this, separatism regularly. Even Mr. Stalin, before elections, he had said that the Dravida Nadu, which was demanded by the DK during, right from independence, is not yet over. That's what Mr. Stalin had said. So this is the ideology of DMK. DMK is ideologically, it's a divisive party, and there is no surprise that Mr. Raja had said. But I think as a member of parliament, he should not have spoken like that. As a chief minister, Mr. Stalin should have definitely objected to this. But we know DMK, I think the parliament, the other things, definitely they should take care of. We strongly condemn the way Mr. Raja has said this, and also we strongly condemn the chief minister for listening very patiently about all this.
So, Mr. Narayan Tirupati of the BJP, they're saying that Chief Minister MK Stalin was there, he didn't intervene. He didn't stop Raja from making this kind of a comment. And Raja went on to even say that we will push for a separate state if nothing is done. This is happening at a grand DMK event. And there was zero outrage from Chief Minister MK Stalin or from all the other dignitaries who were seated on stage there with A Raja when he made this comment. It's well known, Mr. Narayan Tirupati, that the Stalin government has had their problems with the central government. But this is clearly taking things too far. You're hitting the idea of one nation by making this kind of a pitch.
Yes, that's what DMK does always. Because 2 days back, Mr. Stalin had tweeted saying that it is his government, the Tamil Nadu has come to the 3rd position for ease of doing business in India. So when Mr. Stalin says this, Mr. Raja says that the economy of Tamil Nadu will be very bad if it is aligned with India. That is what Mr. Raja had said today. So there is a contradiction, between the Chief Minister's tweet and also Mr. Raja's statement yesterday. But DMK is known for this. They are trying to hide their problems. The problem is not with the central government. The problem is the state government. The state government has failed miserably in the last 1 year. There is no economic development in the state of Tamil Nadu. The law and order is deteriorating every day. Even yesterday morning, there was a person who was stabbed by some goondas in Chennai city, and lockup deaths are happening, and problems to women are happening, and absolutely the government is struggling to manage its finance. So this is the problem. In order to divert that issue, emotionally they are trying to instigate the people of Tamil Nadu, but I think they will definitely fail, as E.V. Ramaswamy failed, as Mr. Annadurai failed, as Mr. Karunanidhi had failed.